All right, John, you have a unique way with words and come up with some just show-stopping lines. A couple I just want to throw out there. You could make this parallel. A hockey season sometimes has this in common with a consumed quart of Ben & Jerry's. One of the main ingredients is sadness. Or a shootout is like a peck on the cheek. It's nice, but it's over too quickly if you're on the wrong end. Where do you come up with this stuff?
Boy, I forget about those as soon as I've said them. It's a dark, spidery place in the back of my head. I guess that's the best way of putting it.
I mean, is there a lot of thought, or these just, boom, come out?
No, I like to write. I've always, that's always been my thing in Grand Rapids, and that helped me get a job in Denver. And then I came back to Detroit in the beginning of 1997. And so my writing has always been what I like to have done most in the business. And I think there's an appreciation for it. There's not as much great writing in television as perhaps there should be. And so that was my way of sort of, separating myself from some of the other slugs who were working in TV back in the day.
You can always tell how a guy gets along with his colleagues by the amount of grief they give each other. You and Chris Osgood have taken it to a new level. What was your reaction the first time you saw him with your face on one of his ties?
Well, let me start by saying Ozzy is not hooked up right. I mean, that's true of most goalies, but especially so for Ozzy. And so he showed up on the set with a necktie that had my face on it, and not just my face. It was a tie from my Channel 13 days in Grand Rapids with a bad, cheesy Ron Burgundy mustache. And he did it as if, it was no big deal. And then a few games go by, and then he has another tie that, it's got a grimace on it that, that he found on a poster that was outside the offices at Fox Sports Detroit. And then there was another one which had more detail to it than even you'd like. And then, so I started thinking, which is always a dangerous thing. And so I got people involved, and I decided that I'm going to find the worst picture I could of Chris Osgood. And it wasn't hard to do, as it turns out, wearing a really bad, whispery mustache from a handful of years ago. And I went to a tattoo parlor and had the tattoo ostensibly put on me, and then it sort of grew from there, and other people added to it. And I thought, why not put this really bad image of Chris Osgood on the signage outside Little Caesars Arena? And then if we're going to do that, why not take it to Comerica Park? And we did that. And then we had another idea, and we got some help from the production people at the arena to put it on the ice and then on the jewel skin that goes around the concourse. Ozzy was at a loss for words, which is a first, I think. But it was great fun. And in fact, that was the last game that the two of us worked together before the work stoppage. And so, yeah, unless the season resumes, I've got him until next season. He's hoping that we have some more games to go here to get back at me. But it was a tough season. It has been a tough season for the Red Wings, and you look for ways to find your smiles, and we were doing that.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how much do you need that sort of levity when you're going through what the Pistons, the Red Wings, and the Tigers have put us all through the last couple of years here?
Well, you know this, Jack, as long as you've done this. I mean, we still have jobs that people would kill to have. And I'm reminded of that sometimes when I'm walking into an arena, and if I've been, traveling with the teams, I'm not traveling as much as I used to, but you're traveling with the teams, and somebody will stop me and say, John, you got a great job. And so, geez, they're paying me, $6.50 an hour to go into, ballparks and hockey arenas and tell bad, puns on TV. That's not so bad.